All right, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rahakakwadash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone, and to the Achaeans who are out there pushing this truth for the edification of the body and for the building of the church. To you I salute. I want to do this brief lesson which is entitled False Prophet. Okay, after false prophet. Okay, now a false prophet, all right, is a prophet that teaches a false and pagan doctrine. Okay, because the prophets of Israel, all right, the Most High give the description of the prophets of Israel. Okay, how a true and a real prophet is supposed to be, the characteristics, okay, and features of a true prophet. Okay, and we're going to go to Deuteronomy 15 and 18, which states, Deuteronomy 18 and 15, Salakia. All right, the Lord thy power, Yahweh, okay, the Lord thy God, Yahweh, will raise up unto thee a prophet from the midst of thee, okay, of thy brethren, like unto me. He shall hearken, okay, like unto me, Salakia, unto him he should hearken. So the prophets, the true prophet, will be from the midst of Israel, of the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel, okay? Like any of the brothers of Israel, okay? Reuben, Simeon, Levi, okay? Judah, Gad, okay? All of them. Dan, Naphtali, all right? Even Joseph or Benjamin, okay? Of the brethren of the tribe, the 12 tribe of Israel, okay? Any other prophet from any other nation is a false prophet, okay? So we shouldn't hearken unto no prophet from the nation of Edom, okay? Any Caucasian man, okay? Any from the, okay, from the nation of Ishmael or Israel, not Salakia, Islam, okay? They are false prophet, okay? He said, the Most High will raise a prophet from the midst of thee. Thee refers to Israel, okay, of thy brethren, of the 12 tribes, okay, of the nation of Israel, like unto me, like unto Yahweh Shai, okay, which states that his head and his hair were white like wool, and his eyes were like a flame of fire, and his feet was like fine brass, as if it burned in the furnace, in the book of Revelation, okay, 1 and 14 and 15, okay? Unto him, unto them should you hearken, okay? Unto them only should you hearken. The power raised up prophet from the midst of Israel, okay? How is it that Israel is hearkened, okay, to prophets, okay, of the nation of Esau, of Edom, of the Edomites? They are false prophets, okay? And Paul, okay, Paul, this is Paul in next precept, 2 Corinthians 11 and 4. Okay? Paul's going to give you, all right, his, okay, 2 cents on what we should do as concerning a false prophet. Revelation 11 and 4. For if he that cometh preacheth another Yahushai, another Amashiach, okay, whom we have not preached, okay, and or if ye receive another spirit which we have not received. We have not received that spirit or that Caucasian religion, that Christian religion, all right? Or another gospel which we have not accepted. ye might well bear with him. Ye might well bear with him. Okay? That is the identity of a false prophet. Hearken not to such prophet. If he don't look like you, okay? And if he cannot speak, okay, of these laws, statutes, and commandments as the nation of Israel, because they, in Christian doctrine, saying that the law are done away with, okay? You're on the grace, all right? He is not speaking according to the gospel of Yahweh Shai HaMashiach, okay, of this book, all right? The next precept we're going to go to is, let's go to Jeremiah 23 and 1. Salakia, Jeremiah 23 and 1. Woe be unto the pastors that destroy and scatter the sheep of my pasture, said the power. Woe be unto this pastor, okay, that destroy and scatter the sheep of my pasture, said the power. Destruction to those prophets, to those pastors who originate from the false prophet, who has destroyed and scattered my sheep. They originated from the false prophet, from the Roman Catholic Church, okay? Esau, Edom nation, okay? Who have deceived the world. They went out deceiving the nation that were scattered in the four corners of the earth, all right? These false prophets with this pagan Christian doctrine, this Constantine Christianity, all right? The next precept we're going to go to is Jeremiah 23 and 25. I have heard what the prophet said, that prophesy lies in my name, saying, I have dreamed, I have dreamed. Okay? We are familiar with that statement, with that line. I have dreamed, I have dreamed. Everybody knows who this false prophet is, who this Baptist preacher, okay, that went about saying, okay, this civil rights leader preaching that he have dreamed, teaching that he have dreamed, okay? So Yahweh Shai is against that prophet, okay? Yahweh Shai said, let's go to Deuteronomy 23 and 26. How long shall this be in the heart of the prophet that prophesy lies? Okay? Yea, they are prophets of deceit, okay? Or they are prophet of deceit of their own heart, okay? They have been deceived. They have been deceived by Esau, by the false prophet, okay? They go about prophesying lies, saying, I have dreamed, I have dreamed. Okay, he said, let that prophet, okay, teach his dream, but keep my word out of his mouth, all right? Go and teach your dream, go and preach your dream, all right? Okay, let's go to Jeremiah 23 and 28. Jeremiah 23 and 28. The prophet that had a dream, let him tell a dream. Okay? And he that had my word, let him speak my word. Okay? My word faithfully. Let him speak my word faithfully, Salakia. What is the shaft to the wheat, said the power. Okay? The prophet, okay, that have his dream, let him tell his dream. Okay? And he that have my word, okay, the prophet of the nation of Israel, he that have his word, let him tell his word. Okay? But let that prophet tell his dream. Okay? And leave my word out of his mouth. This is what the Most High is saying. Okay? All right. The next precept we're going to go to, Salakia. Next precept we're going to go to. Okay? Let's go to Deuteronomy. All right? Because that prophet, the prophet, okay? And unlike prophets, are prophets that prophesy lies. Their doctrine is that of the false prophet, the Roman Catholic Church. Okay, so they're prophesying the lies that they've been taught in the Christian religion and the Roman Catholic Church. The Baptist preacher lied, okay? And Moses also warned of this dreamer of dreams. Moses also warned or this dreamer of dream, this prophet that dream his dream. Let's hear what Moses say. Let's go to Deuteronomy. We're going to go to Deuteronomy chapter 13 and verse 1. Okay? Moses also have knowledge of this false prophet. Okay? He was revealed to Moses. This is Deuteronomy 13 and 1. If there arise among you a prophet or a dreamer of dream, and giveth thee a sign or a wonder. Okay, if there arise that prophet or dreamer of dream, and he give a sign and a wonder. Verse 2. And that sign or the wonder come to pass, whereof, okay, he spake unto thee, saying, let us go after other gods, which thou hast not known, okay, and let us serve them. All right. So if that prophet or that dreamer come to you and say, let us go after God, other gods which we have not known. The other gods, says Raboche, a.k.a. white man, Jesus Christ. These are the other gods that our forefathers have not known. Okay? Do not follow after the dreamer of dream. For this very day, we are being hated, abused, oppressed, killed, victimized to this very day. Okay? So that prophet that dreamed, okay, okay, was all lies. His dreams were all lies. Tell the truth and shame the devil. Okay? Shame Esau. Okay? Because that dreamer of dream, those dreams never came to pass. Because up to this day, we're still being killed, lynched, hated, beaten. Okay? And given the crumbs that fall from the table, the jobs they give us, we are way underpaid. Okay? We're not going to be paid equal to them. Okay? If you're doing the same job in the bank, you're going to get a slave labor. Okay? You're not going to get paid what the white man is getting. You're going to get paid what a slave, okay, labor for. So don't think because you out there in the bank working side a white man or whatnot, you getting paid equal to him. All right? You are a slave. Never forget that. All right? You are still this day in a captivity. Next precept we're going to go to is Jeremiah 23 and 14. Let's go to Jeremiah chapter 23, verse 14, which state, Salakia 23 and 14. I have seen also in the prophet of Jerusalem an horrible thing. Okay? This is a horrible thing in the prophets of Jerusalem. Okay? They committed adultery and walked in lies. They strengthened also the hands of evildoers. Okay? That none return from his wickedness. They are all of them unto me as Sodom. They are all of them unto me as Sodom. Okay? And inhabitants thereof as Gomorrah. So they are as Sodom and Gomorrah. Okay? They prophesy lies. What they do, they strengthen the hand of Esau, of the devil. They made Christianity more impactful, a greater influence. Okay? They strengthen their hands by causing this Christian religion to be, okay, more impactful, to have greater influence among the nation of Israel. Okay? Christianity has become greater because of these Baptist preachers, these false prophets, these prophets of Israel, okay, that took Christianity and run with it, okay, committing adultery, okay, all right, fornication, okay. So they're committing fornication, all right, serving these false gods, the gods of the nation, all right. The next precept, Jeremiah, let's go to Jeremiah 23 and 27. Salakia, Jeremiah 23 and 27. Which think to cause my people to forget my name by their dreams, which they tell every man to his neighbor, as their fathers have forgotten my name for Baal. As their fathers are forgetting my name for Baal, we are forgetting the Most High name, Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai, for Jesus Christ, okay? AKA, okay, for Cesar Borgia, AKA Jesus Christ, because that's who we're worshiping, a Caucasian white man, okay? He's not from the midst of our people, okay? He's not of our brethren, all right? He is a false prophet, all right? So let's go to, okay, Deuteronomy 13, and 5. You're going to go to Deuteronomy 13 and 5, Salakia, and the Most High is going to tell you what is going to become of that false prophet, okay? What would happen to that false prophet? Deuteronomy 13 and 5. And that prophet or that dreamer of dream shall be put to death, because he had spoken to turn you away from the Lord, from the power, okay? To turn you from the Lord your God, which brought you out of the land of Egypt, okay? And redeemed you out of the house of bondage, to trust thee out of the way which the Lord thy God commanded thee to walk, okay? The Most High commanded thee to walk according to his word, to his law, statute, and commandment. And they teach you that the laws are done away with. You're under grace. You don't have to keep the commandment. So shall thou put the evil away from the midst of thee. Okay, so the Most High put the evil away from the midst of us. He put that prophet to death. Okay? This is the Most High's doing, the Most High word. Okay? Yeah, Martin Luther King was killed, was by, okay? He was shot to death, okay? But that was the Most High's judgment on that prophet. Let that prophet or that dreamer of dream tell his dream, okay? But keep my word out of his mouth. And that prophet or that dreamer of dream shall be put to death, because he has spoken to turn you away from the Lord, from your power, okay? So all these Christian churches and whatnot, Methodist Church, Baptist Church, all of these originated out of the false prophet. All of these are originated from the Roman Catholic Church. Okay, so all their doctrine, all their teaching, their religion is false and pagan. Okay, and Paul say, if he that cometh, okay, preach it, and okay, if he that cometh, okay, if he that cometh, preach it another Hamashiach, or Yahweh Shai, whom we have not preached, or if you receive another spirit, which we have not received, okay, or another gospel which we have not accepted, you receive another spirit. You don't receive that same spirit that is of, all right, the true prophet. You receive a spirit of Esau, okay? You don't receive the true and genuine spirit of the Most High God, all right? Because you'll be in the church, what you're saying, you get the Holy Ghost and you're jumping up and flipping and hamana, all that. That's false and pagan doctrine, okay? That's a demonic spirit. That's not the spirit of the true gospel of Israel. I hope this lesson was edifying and it served its purpose. Shalom.